All right, welcome to the broadcast, everyone. We are on the campus of City Community College Blue Devils. We welcome into town the Neosho Panthers. We went down on Thursday, and Neosho Panthers won the first game 6-2, and the Blue Devils came back in the second game and won it 15-3. In 7 innings. So, welcome to the broadcast. The Neosho Panthers in for after start this first one about 1 o'clock. Start the other one around 3. Two different links that you will go to. Welcome to the broadcast. Want to thank everyone for got a few getting on there. Saturday afternoon baseball in Kansas City, Kansas. Going to take a short break. I'll be back with the starting lineups. Welcome. All right, let's meet the starting lineups for today's game. First for the Panthers, Coach Murray and his as the head coach for the Neosho Panthers. His starting lineup first at shortstop and leading off Jamin Beck. Batting second, the left fielder Cutter Colvert. Batting third, Maverick Williamson. Batting cleanup, the second baseman Gilbert Rodriguez. Batting fifth, the designated hitter Larson Custer. Batting sixth in right field, Carson Hill. Catcher Chase Robertson. And batting ninth in center field, Jaron Brown. On the mound, the Panthers, so it'll be Beck, Colvert, Williamson, Rodriguez, Custer, Hilton, Akins, Robertson, and Brown, with Myers on the mound. Now the start for the Kansas Community College hit his ninth season. Leading off the center fielder, Marcus Dirks. Batting second in left field, Freddie Nolan the fourth. Batting third, the first baseman, Frankie Santiago. Batting cleanup, the shortstop, Tanner Pachorik. Batting fifth in right field, Spencer Smock. Batting sixth, the designated hitter, Ian Woida. Batting seventh, the third baseman, Cade Perry. Batting eighth, the catcher, Braden Horn. And batting ninth, with Caleb Reed on the mound. So for the Blue Devils, it's no Santo, Pachorik, Smock, Woida, Horn, with Reed on the mound. We'll be back in about 14 minutes with the start of this one. Welcome to the game. Thanks for joining me. All right, welcome to the broadcast. Number 24, tall right-hander on the mound for the Blue Devils. He is from Olathe, Kansas, has a 1.08 ERA and a record of 5-0 for the Blue Devils. The defense behind him will be from left to right across the outfield, Freddie Nolan the fourth, Marcus Dirks, and Spencer Schmock from left to right. From left to right, Cade Perry, Tanner Pachorik, Sawyer, Frankie Santiago with as Caleb Reed goes to the mound for the Blue Devils. So welcome to the broadcast. Thanks for joining me today. I say a little sunshine in and the sunshine out. Little breeze blowing out toward left field for the game today. So thanks for joining me. And well, to the broadcast. I'll be back. All right, Beck, Colvert, and Williamson scheduled up for the Panthers. Jamin Beck will start things off. He starts today batting 81. He'll step in, lead things off for the Panthers. There's a ground ball headed at the shortstop. Pacho's up with it and over to Chicago for the first out of the game. One pitch, one out, 6-3 ground out. That's going to bring up Colvert. On. Colvert starts the day batting 400. There's a strike outside half of the plate at the belt. 0-1 the count. Breaking ball breaks outside. 1-1 the count. Caleb Reed, 5 starts, 5 wins. See if he can keep that going here today. There's a swing and a miss. 0-2 the count. Ball headed into center field. That's going to drop in front of Dirks for the base hit. So Cutter Colvert, the left fielder, on with the base hit. That's going to bring up Williamson. Williamson starts the day batting 441. He'll step in with a runner at first base. And there's a foul ball backing over the top of us, so 0-1 the count. Here comes the 0-1. Breaking ball started out on the outside part. And then to Williamson, the first baseman. Foul ball back. And we'll do the and run by Maverick Williamson. So a ground out, a base hit, and a home run, and the lead here in the top of the inning. So that's going to bring up Gilbert Rodriguez, batting .357. He takes outside, ball one, 1-0 the count. There's a strike. This ball catches the outside corner. Top of the first inning action. The high heater gets past him there. 1-2 the count. On the second baseman, Gilbert Rodriguez. High and outside, 2-2. Breaking ball, fouls it off to the tip of the glove of Horn. Horn could not hang on to that for the strikeout. So we'll do the 2-2 again. Another foul ball back to the netting. Just misses a bit. So strike three called. That's the top part of the zone at the belt. Rodriguez thought that was high, but nonetheless ruled a strike. That's going to bring up the designated Custer. Custer starts the day batting .357. Foul that back to the screen. So wind down the 0-1. A little bit up and 1-1 the count. There's a strike, catches the inside corner. 1-2 the count. Ball headed into left field. Custer gonna round hard bat. Be safe at Hilton. That's inside. You guys probably turned off the total volume. So 1-0 runner at first base. There's a strike right through there. 1-1 the count. One ball, one strike, runner at first base. Just a little bit low and inside, 2-1 the count. There's a strike, catches the outside corner. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 2-run lead after the 2-run home run by Williamson. Ball headed into right field. That's taken by Spencer Smock. So the Panthers get 2 runs on 3 hits. Neosho plates 2. Your Blue Devils coming up. All right. Blue Devils will send up Dirks, Nolan the fourth, and Son. A strike on the inside corner to Dirks. Dirks starts the day batting .343. 0-1 the count on him. That one missed just a little bit inside. Jarers from McPherson, Kansas on the mound. 1.80 ERA. 3 is his record. That's way outside. Colvert, Brown, Hilton left to right across the outfield. Akins, Beck, Rodriguez, Williamson across the infield with Robertson behind the plate. The defense behind Myers. That misses a bit again, so 3-1 the count on Marcus as he leads off the game for the Blue. There's a strike. The belt is a little high today, but it's consistent so far. 3-2 the count. There's a ball headed into left field. It's going to be a base hit in to left center for Dirks. It's going to bring up Freddie Nolan the fourth. He'll step in with a runner at first base and nobody out. Nolan the fourth starts the day batting .387. That's up high for ball one. 1-0 the count. Dirks at first base. Misses high and outside. 2-0 the count to Freddie Nolan the fourth. Breaking ball stays up and out. 3-0 the count. There's a strike right through there. Right middle. Nolan the fourth, the left fielder. There's a strike called on the outside corner from 0 to 3 and 2. They say that's the outside corner.
Good swing.
Line drive headed up the middle and going to be taken of and is sitting back. Center fielder with a Brown. Brown got it back to first, but not before Dirks could return. That's going to bring up Frankie Santiago. 1 out. Santiago starts the day batting .365. Foul ball backing out of play.
That's one you wish.
Yep, that's the one he goes Oppo down into the corner with, but a little late with it. 0-1 the count. That's low and inside. One ball, one strike, one out, one on here in the bottom of the first inning. Ball headed up the middle, and that's going to be taken care of by Brown. So that's going to bring up Pachorik. So a base hit by Dirks and then a couple of flyouts to Brown. Pachorik starts batting 4. Breaking ball right through there, inside half of the plate at the knees. 0-1 the count. There's a strike right through there, so quickly 0-2 the count on Pachorik. Foul ball headed for the woods down the right field line. We'll do the 0-2 again. Pachorik in right on the plate. Just a little bit outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes now. Runner at first base is Dirks. Backhand to the shortstop. Backhand for the fielder's choice out. So the Blue Devils with no runs on 1 hit. We go to the second inning. Blue Devils trail 2-0. I'll be back. All right, to the top of the second inning we go. Blue Devils trail 2-0. Tucker Aikens scheduled up for the Panthers. Aikens starts the day batting .364. 0-1. There's a hit by a pitch. It's going to bring up the Roberts. Ball headed down the left field and 0-1 the Chase Robertson. Aikens down at first after being hit by a pitch. The third base side. 0-2 the count. Swing and a miss for the strikeout. So one out now. That's going to bring up Brown. Brown starts the day. Steps in with one out and a runner at first base. Swing and a miss of that heater there. Brown, the center fielder. Squares to bunt, takes outside. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 on. Inside ball 2, 2-1 the count.
Yes, it is. I need you to do it. What's wrong? What's wrong? I'm getting anxiety doing it.
You get this chair.
Wait, what's going on? Switching.
2-1 strike called. Snap throw down to first and gets under the glove of Santiago, and the runner moves to second. So 2-2 the count on Brown. 1 out, 2-2 the count. Brown, the number 9 hitter in the lineup for the Panthers. A little bit low and outside. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and an out. Swing and a miss for the strikeout. So back to the top of the order. It's going to bring up Beck. Beck is from Kansas City, Kansas. First pitch to him is a strike, outside corner at. He grounded out to Pachorik hit short his first time up. He's up there with 2 outs and a runner at. Swing and a miss of that pitch. So quickly 0-2 the count on Jamin Beck, the shortstop for the Panthers. Just a little bit outside. One and two the count. Top of the second inning action. Blue Devils trailing by 2. Aikens at second base. Called a swing and strike by pitch. And then 3 strikeouts in a row. We go to the bottom half of the second inning. Blue Devils trailing 2-0. I'll be back. All right, here we go to the bottom half of the second inning. Yes, I had somebody ask, internet is a little bit choppy. Hopefully it'll level out this afternoon. So Ann Perry scheduled up for the Blue Devils. Smock will step. He starts the day batting .325. Takes a strike on the first pitch. Oh, on the right fielder, Spencer Smock. Foul ball backing out of play so quickly 0-2 the count. Here on the second inning for the Blue Devils. Comes the 0-2 and swings through for the strikeout. So Jarrett Myers strikes out Smock. That's going to bring up Woida. Woida starts the day batting .286. Breaking ball fades outside. 1-0 the count on the designated hitter, Woida. That misses inside. 2-0 the count. That back to the screen. 2-1 the count. Two balls, one strike, one out. Bottom of the second inning action. That's outside ball. That to strike every once in a while. 3-1 the count now. Ball at Beck. Beck's up with it, and throw and the tag by Williamson for the 6-3 ground out. So that's going to bring up Perry. Perry starts the day batting .217. He'll step in with 2 outs and nobody on. There's a strike called. 0-1 the count. There's a ground ball right back up the middle. It's going to bring up Braden Horn. Horn starts the 95. He'll step in with Perry down at first. There's a strike. There's a count on the catcher, Braden Horn. Breaking ball and hit right back up the middle. So back for the Blue Devils. That's going to Tolk starts the day batting .367. He'll step in with 2 on and 2 out. Perry at second, Horn at first. There's a strike inside part of the plate at the belt. Comes the 0-1 from Myers. There's a strike. Little down movement on that ball. He's outside half of the plate. 0-2 the count. It's a ground ball. The shortstop, Beck, is up with it, and over to Williamson at first base for the 6-3 ground out. The Blue Devils get no runs on 2 hits. We go to the top of the 3rd inning. Blue Devils trail the Panthers 2-0. All right, to the top of the 3rd inning we go. Panthers with 2 runs on 3 hits. Blue Devils no runs on 3 hits. Colvert, Williamson, and Rodriguez is scheduled up for the Panthers. Colvert had a base hit to left field. his last time up. Colvert is from Lenoke, Oklahoma. He'll lead things off here for the Panthers in the top of the third. There's a strike, catches the outside corner. Just a little bit low and outside. The ball catches the zone on the outside part of the plate. Way outside, all the way back to the screen. Two and two the count. Cutter Colvert, the left fielder for Neosho Panthers. The soccer field. Three and two the count. It's a ground ball past the diving Pachorik at short, so the base hit for Colvert. It's going to bring up Williamson. Salina. Just misses a little outside. 1-0 the count. Williamson had a 2-run to bat. Foul ball back to the screen. Both pitches have been to the outside part. One a ball, one a strike. That's where we are, is 1-1. Runner at first is Colvert. Foul ball back and out of play. Colvert led the inning off with a base hit through the hole on the left side. Swing and a miss at the high heater.
Number 3, Gilbert Rodriguez.
That's going to bring up Rodriguez. Rodriguez will a high pop up into shallow center field. Dirks.
33, Larson Custer.
Rodriguez is from the Dominican Republic. Brings up Custer. On the inside. Custer is from He had a base hit to left field his first time up, and there's a base hit to right field.
Number 5, Carson Hilton.
That's going to bring up Hilton. Hilton is from Gardner, Kansas. That misses low and inside. Runners at the corners, 2 outs. There's a strike called. Hilton flew out in right field his first time up. 1-1 the count. That's down low. 2-1 the count. There's a strike inside part of the plate at the knees. 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. 2-run lead for the Panthers. Toss over to first, back safely is the designated hitter, Custer. Another no attempt to tag by Santiago. Misses inside with the breaking ball. 3-2 the count. So the runner at first will be off and the runner will not, with second base empty. Back to the screen does Hilton, so we'll do the Custer retreats back to first base. We'll do the 3-2 again. Runner goes, and it's 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner goes, and it's high. It is 4. Bacons. Akins is from Pittsburgh, Kansas. He'll step in with the bases loaded and 2 outs to face Reed. Outside, was hit by a pitch his first time up. Breaking ball nicely blocked by Horn. 1-1 the count. One ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Swing and a miss of the high inside heater. 1-2 the count now. In tight on the plate is Akins. Fouls it back to the screen. We'll do the 1-2 again. One ball, 2 strikes. to Tucker Akins. Check swing, ruled a ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Breaking ball, a little bit out. 1-2 the count. Three and 2 the count. Just misses a little bit outside. So the base on balls yields a run.
42, Chase Robertson.
Scoop up Robertson. Robertson is from Galena, Missouri. He struck out his last time out. He's up there with the bases loaded and 2 outs. 1 run in on that walk with the bases loaded. 3-0 the lead now. There's a strike outside half of the plate. Robertson, the catcher. Misses outside, 1-1 the count. Comes the stretch and the pitch from Caleb Reed. It's a ground ball headed at Talk. He's up with it and over to Santiago for the 4-3 ground out. So the Panthers get 1 run on 1 hit. They take a 3-0 lead. We go to the bottom of the 3rd. I'll be back. All right, back to the top of the order, and Marcus Dirks. Ground ball. Dirks is from Kansas City, Kansas. It shows on the website Kansas City, Missouri, but I believe it to be Kansas City, Kansas. That miss is a little bit low. Fouls the first one away, takes that one low and outside. Blue Devils trail by 3 here in the bottom of the 3rd. In tight at is. That misses a little bit low and inside. Akins in tight on the edge of the grass. Never know when Marcus is going to lay one down. 2-1 the count. There's a ball right back up the middle. So Dirks has a couple of base hits back up the middle. That's going to bring up Nolan the fourth. Nolan the fourth is from Fort Worth, Texas. He flew out to Brown in center field his first time up. There's a breaking ball, catches the outside corner for a strike called. 0-1 the count. The ball headed into center field and out by Brown in center field on Nolan the fourth. So that's going to bring up Santiago. Santiago is from Calle, Puerto Rico. He'll step in with a runner at first base. One. Turned on that one and shoots it down toward the bullpen area of that was real close to a balk, fine sir. I thought his other foot he stepped off, which would indicate a balk, but nonetheless, I think he got a little warning home plate umpire, which either he balked or he didn't balk. There's a strike called, catches the inside corner so quickly. 0-2 on the first baseman, Frankie Santiago. Foul ball over the third base dugout. Going to the count, 1 out, runner at first base. That's up high. 1-2 the count. Runner at first base, Dirks. He led the inning off with a base hit. Runner goes. Going to be taken care of by Covert in left field. So 2 outs, and that's going to bring up Pachorik. Pachorik will step in with space. Pachorik is from Aurora, Colorado. Runner goes, and a strike is called by Dirks. So a runner in scoring position. 2 out. Pachorik at the plate. There's a ground ball headed at the shortstop. Up and over to Williamson. Ground out. So no runs on 1 hit by the Blue Devils. We go to the top of the 4th inning. First game is a 7-inning scheduled game. Blue Devils trail 3-0. I'll be back. All right, to the top of the fourth we go. Brown, Beck, and Colvert scheduled up. Brown, the center fielder, struck out his first time up. He Kansas takes a strike inside corner at the knees. 0-1 the count. The high fly ball into shallow left field. It's going to be taken by the shortstop, Pachorik, in shallow left field. Back to the top of the order and Beck. Beck will step in with one out and nobody on. He's grounded out to short and struck out his two. The ball's up high, 1-0 the count. The shortstop for the Panthers, way outside. Two and 0 the count. Inside, 3-0. A strike catches the outside corner. 85-mile-an-hour fastball there. 3-1 the count. High and inside for ball 4. So a 1-out walk to Beck.
31, Cutter Colbert.
It's going to bring up Colbert. He has a couple of base hits in this one. One to left, actually both of them to left. He'll be up there with 1 out and 1 on. Dubs it off the end of the bat. Down on the left fielder, Cutter Colbert. A little bit low. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 on. Runner goes, fouls it back to the screen. Retreat to first. 1-2 the count now. Swing and a miss for the strikeout. So that'll bring up Williamson. He had a 2-run home run in the first, struck out in the third. He'll be up there with 2 outs and a run. Toss over to first, nothing going on over there. Over to first. Has the natives restless. Swing and a miss. Low part of the zone with that breaking ball, came up empty. Did Williamson. Williamson, the first baseman, Maverick Williamson. Just a little bit low. 1-1 the count. One ball, one strike at first. A little bit low. 2-1 the count. Just when I think the internet's going to settle down and be smooth for you, I see a little bit of glitch in it. 2-1 the count. Fly ball into deep center field. It's going to be above by Dirks. No runs on no hits there in the top of the fourth. We go to the bottom of the fourth. Blue Devils trailing by back. All right, Blue Devils trailing by 3 here in the bottom of the fourth. Spencer Schmock, Woida, and Perry scheduled up. Schmock is from Aurora, Colorado. There's a strike in tight on the plate. That breaking ball starts out on the inside half, makes it into the strike zone for a called strike. 0-1 the count. Ball headed into right field for the base hit. So Schmock struck out his first time and comes back with a base hit.
48, Ian Woida.
Bring up Woida. Woida is from Lincoln, Nebraska. Gets out in front of that one and fouls it. On 1 the count. Fouls that one back to the screen so quickly. 0-2 the count. Myers back for fourth inning of work for the in the dirt, nicely blocked. Robertson. So 1-2. Jared Myers on the mound for the Panthers. He's from McPherson, Kansas. Runner down at first is Smock. Long run. So Woida hits it hard, but runs it for the fly out. It's going to bring Perry up. Perry is from Nebraska. That's low and outside. Perry hit right back up the middle his first time out. We could use another one of those right here. The Brown Hilton across the infield. Robertson plate. The defense by all headed back over to the soccer field. One and two the count on Cade Perry. One out. That's down low. 2-2 the count. Comes the 2-2 from Myers. The strike.
Catcher Brady Horn.
That's going to bring up. Horn is from. He'll step in with 2 outs and a runner at first base. That's down low for a ball. 1-0 the count. Smock at first base. He had a leadoff base hit out since then. There's a strike, catches the outside corner. 1-1 the count. Horn had a base hit his first time. Right back up the middle as well. There's a ball headed into right field. Hold up at second by command of Coach Goldbeck down in the coaching box. So that's going to bring up Tolk. Tolk will step to Tolk is from Sioux Falls. There's a strike, catches the outside corner at the knees. Smock at second. Horn at first. That's up a little high. 1-1 the count. One ball, one strike, 2 outs, 2 on. That misses low and outside. 2-1 the count. Tolk, the second baseman, grounded out to Beck at short his first time up. Comes the 2-1. Breaking ball outside. 3-1 the count now. Pass Coach Goldback at third. Akins over to get that foul ball. 3-2 the count. On the second baseman, Sawyer Talk. Runners go a high chopper, fair ball. That's going to be an infield hit. A nice job over at third by Akins, but just not able to get him. So the infield hit by Talk. So that's going to be back to the top of the order. And Marcus Dirks. Dirks 2 for 2 with a couple of base hits into left center. Going to get a quick view of the pitching coach. Be back. There's a. I think the interesting part about that is the umpire wrote down the visit to the mound, but I think he gave a visit, an offensive timeout to Goldbeck as well there. Ball headed left corner, but foul. 0-1 the count. Bases full of Blue Devils. That's down low.
1-1. I think.
Why is it being so slow? This doesn't do anything.
I believe. There's a ball headed into the right field corner. That's going to score 2 anyway. And Dirks yanks that one in the right field corner to get the Blue Devils on the board. 3-2 into the right field corner, and that's going to bring up North. The fourth will step. Fly balls to Brown in center field, both at bats today. See if he can get something on the outfield grass and put the Blue Devils ahead. That curveball. The scoreboard is acting crazy. It is a wireless scoreboard, and you see where the internet not playing nice. There's a ball headed to the underhands it, so he cues it off the end for the 1-3 ground out. The Blue Devils gets, and we go to the top of the fifth inning with the score 3-2, leading by the Panthers. I'll be back. All right, here we go to the top of the fifth inning. Pitching change made to the mound is has a 2.35 ERA. He's been in on 5 appearances, but no decision. And he is from Overland Park, Kansas. First pitch is Rodriguez has been called out on strikes and flew out to Dirks in center field. 2-0 the count on him. Low and inside, 3-0 the count on Rodriguez. Rodriguez, the second baseman for the Panthers. There's a strike inside corner at the belt. In relief of Reed. Had the distance down the right field line, but way foul. So from 3 and going to be a swing, check swing and a miss. Ball gets away from Horn. He runs it down and down for the strikeout. It's going to bring up Custer. So the check swing was ruled. The ball off the shin guard of Horn. He runs it down. Passes the out. Custer's 2 for 2. Pulled that one just a little bit foul. First base line. Had a base hit opposite down into the corner his first time up, and then shot one between Santiago and Tolk at second. His back. Beach on in relief for Caleb Reed. It's a ground ball to the backhand side of Pachorik. That ball's going to bounce out of play, and that's going to be an infield hit. Pachorik playing over by second base gave it an effort, but Custer 3 for 3 on the day with.
Number 5, Carson Hilton.
That's going to bring up Hilton. Hilton steps in with 1 out, a runner at second. There's a strike right through there. Hilton's been out on a fly to Smock in right and reached on a base on balls. He's up there. Down low. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 on. Carson Hilton, right fielder for the Neosho Panthers. Swing and a miss. 1-2 the count. Comes the 1-2. So ball headed into left center. That's taken care of by Dirks. It's going to bring up Tucker Akins. Akins will step in with 2 outs and a runner at second base. He's been and reached on a base on balls with the bases loaded for an RBI walk. Nicely in the dirt on that pitch there by Horn. 1 count. Down low. Reed goes 4 innings, gives up 3 runs on 4 hits. I believe 3 runs on. Yes. There's an RBI base hit by Akins. That's 4-2.
Yeah, call him. Ask him the scoreboard report.
There's a strike called on Robertson. Robertson is struck out and grounded out. Akins with the base hit, RBI base hit to make it 4-2. There's a ball headed to deep right field. And an RBI double for Robertson.
Number 7, Jaron Brown.
It's going to make it 5-2. Going to get a visit to the mound. So 3 hits and 2 runs in the inning. We're going to get a pitching change. We'll be back after that change. Stay with us. Pitching change being made by the Blue Devils. Number 50, Caden Howell, will come in. Howell will take over. Carter Beach goes 2/3 of an inning. Howell is from Lansing, Kansas. He will come in and go to the mound with his ERA. See if I can find it here. Do not see his ERA. There it is, 1.42. 0-1 is his record with 7 appearances. 0 is the record. There's a breaking ball, and that's going to be fouled down the third base line. Get a quick timeout. Horn going to go out and visit a minute. Brown, the center fielder, at the plate. He has a strikeout and a pop out to Pachorik in shallow left field. So 0-1 the count on Jaron Brown. Two outs. The ball just sprayed into the outfield, so an RBI base hit by Brown. So 3 straight RBI hits and back to the top of the order and back. 6-2 now the lead here in the top of the 5th inning. Runner at first, back way outside and in the dirt. Braden Horn lucky to get a backhand on that to keep it from going back to the screen. Back at the plate, he's the shortstop. He's grounded out, struck out, and reached the strikes. 1-1 the count. One outside. Toss over to first. Nothing much going on over there. Much going on. Back relatively easy is Brown. A little bit low. 3-1 the Hal is from Lansing, Kansas. Runner goes, swing and a into. So a stolen base by Brown. Three strikes, 2 outs. Four. It's going to bring up Cutter Colbert. He's had a couple of base hits and a strikeout. He'll step in with 2 outs and 2 on for the Panthers. There's a strike right through there. Outside half of the plate, strike called. There's a ground ball headed at Pachorik. He's up with it and over to Santiago for the 6-3 ground out. So the Panthers get 3 runs on 4 hits. We go to the bottom half of the 5th inning. Blue Devils trailing 6-2. I'll be back. All right. To the bottom of the 5th inning we go. Santiago, Pachorik, and Smock scheduled up for the Blue Devils. They trail by 4. Remember, the first game is a 7-inning affair. Second game will be at 9. It's outside for ball 1. 6 runs on 8 hits for the Panthers. 2 runs on 7 hits for the Blue Devils. They made 1 error. There's a ball headed deep to right field. That's a no-doubter right there. So Santiago with the solo home run. Makes it a 6-4 game. That'll bring up Pachorik. Pachorik steps in with nobody out. 1 run, home run by Santiago. The ball headed up the middle. So Pachorik with the base hit back up the box. That's going to bring up Smock. Up in with a runner at first base. Smock has struck out and had a base hit to right center. Nobody out. So a home run and a base hit by the Blue Devils. That's back. They trail by 2. There's ball 1, 1-0 the count. That's outside for ball 2. Smock, the right fielder, number 2. Myers has gone all the way so far for the Panthers. There's a breaking ball, catches the outside corner at the waist. 2 balls and a strike. There's a strike called at the knees outside half of the 2 strikes. Pachorik down at first. There's strike 3 called. One out now in the inning. That's going to bring up Woida. Woida's grounded out to Brown in left center. The center fielder he drove him deep to the There's a foul ball right down through the coach's box at third. Coach Goldbeck threw some signs down there. 0-1 the count. Swing and a miss of that pitch. So down in the count. 0-2 is Woida. Backing out of play. To the count. That's down low in the dirt, nicely blocked by Robertson. 1-2 the count. Just gets a piece of that to stay alive. Does Woida. Breaking ball, he fouls it away. One ball, two strikes. Woida the designated. That's up high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And an out. Foul ball back to the screen, just gets a piece of it. Pachorik down at first. That's up high. 2 strikes, 1 out. 1 run in so far in the inning by the Santiago home run. Little and going to be safe. Getting in is Pachorik, but a little check swing blooper and goes high to get that as Williams not able to tag for the double play, so 2 outs now. It's going to bring up Perry. That misses a little bit up and in. I say up and in, but that ball that height has been called to strike a time or 2 or 3 in this one. 1-0 the count. Breaking. The upper limits of the strike zone definitely higher than usual. Nonetheless, ruled a strike. Here comes the 1-1. Hit it hard at Rodriguez, and he's over to the shortstop back for. So the Blue Devils get 1 run on 2 hits, and we go to the top of the 6th inning. Blue Devils trailing 6-3. All right, to the top of the sixth we go. Panthers of Neosho leading your KC Devils 3. Maverick, Williamson, Rodriguez, and Custer scheduled up. There's a strike on the outside corner to Williamson. He's had a home run, a strikeout, and a fly out. 2-run home run was in the top of the first. Way outside in the dirt. 1-1 the count. One was a one overhead. Perry scoops it and throws a short hop over to Santiago for the 6-5-3 ground out. That's going to bring Riggs. He called out on strikes, flew out, and struck out in this one. That's high and outside for ball one. Nolan the fourth, Dirksen, Smock across the outfield. Perry, Pachorik, Tolk, Santiago across the infield. There's outside for ball two. With Horn behind the plate and Howell on relief of Aid. Blue Devils trail 6-3. There's a strike called. Top of the sixth inning action, scheduled 7-inning game. First game of the doubleheader in conference play is a 7. Second game is a 9. Little number out in front of the plate, and that's going to be a base hit, an infield hit by Rodriguez.
Number 33, Larson, Custer.
That's going to bring up Custer. Coach Goldbeck asking to visit with the umpire. I think the ball spun off the turf. I do not think it was off the foot. Custer is 3 for 3 on the day. All 3 base hits. Both sides of the field done a nice job. See if we can get him out here. Fielders would be good. Get us a double play and get out of here. Want to know the count. Comes the 1-0. That's inside for ball two. 2-0 the count. One out, one on. Toss over to first, back in safely is the second baseman, Rodriguez. There's a strike inside corner. 2-1 the count now. Way outside. 3-1 the count. Comes the 3-1 from Howell for ball 4. It's going to bring up Hilton. Hilton will step in with one out and runners at first and second base. He's been out on fly balls a couple of times and reached once on a base on balls. Swing that. Green. Quick count is the right field. And Hilton 0-2. For the strikeout.
26, Dr. Akins.
That's going to bring up Aiken. Aiken's been hit by a pitch and an RBI base hit. To his credit so far today, Howell is hoping to change that right here. 2 outs and 2 on. There's a breaking ball, catches the outside corner for a strike. Stays up high. 1-1. Comes the 1-1, swing and a miss. So that makes it 1-2. On the third baseman, Tucker Akins. Swing and a miss for the strikeout. No runs on one hit in the inning. We go to the bottom of the trailing 6-3. We'll be back. All right. Horn, Tolk, and Dirks. Strike called. '23 Reed Hanneberg from Wichita, Kansas, playing third now for the Panthers. 1-1 the count. That ball misses inside. Two and one the count on Horn. Horn's had a couple of base hits in this one. There's a ball headed to deep right field. Over to take a look at that is the right fielder, Hilton, and he has it. So Horn hits it out to right field. That's going to bring up Tolk. For the one and nobody on. Here in the bottom of the 6th inning, there's a strike called inside corner. Talk has grounded out. Had a base hit on a high chopper deep behind third. Aikens makes a nice play, but not able to get him before he was at first. There's a ball hit on a soft line drive to the first baseman. And Williamson takes care of that. So back to the top of the order and Dirks. Dirks will step in with 2 outs and nobody on. Facing Myers. Myers is so far for the Panthers. There's a strike on the outside corner. Strike 2 catches the outside corner. 0-2 the count. 2 down. Marcus Dirks at the plate. That's high and outside. 1-2 the count. Foul ball back to the screen. So Dirks with that foul ball earns another pitch. It's outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. High fly ball to deep center field. Brown going back and makes the play for the final out of the inning. So 3 up, 3 down. Go the Blue Devils in the 6th inning. We go to the top of the 7th. Blue Devils trailing 6-3. We go to, I believe, the top of the 7th inning. I believe our scoreboard is wrong. See if he gets that fixed here in a little bit. Robertson, Brown, and Beck scheduled up. There's a ball headed to second base, and Talks up with that over to Santiago for the 4-3 ground out. It's going to bring up Brown. Brown is 1 for 3 on the day, had an RBI base hit in the 5th inning. Count that's up high. Top of the 7th inning action. Brown at the plate. 3-1 the count. There's a strike. Ground ball back to the pitcher. Hal runs 2/3 of the way over, underhands it to Santiago for the 1-3 ground out. That's going to bring up back to the top of the order. He's grounded out, struck out, and walked a couple of times in this one. There's a breaking ball called strike. Swing and a miss of that pitch. 0-2 the count. On the shortstop, Jamin Beck. Just a little bit outside. Check swing, ruled the ball. 1-2 the count. Swing and a miss of the fastball, so 3 up, 3 down. No runs on no hits. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Blue Devils got some work to do. Reminder, this is the 7-inning game, so the Blue Devils down to their last 3 outs. We'll take a break. We'll be back. All right, to the bottom of the 7th inning we go. Nolan the 4th, Santiago, and Pachorik. Up 3 runs to tie this thing up or to walk it off. And there's a hit by a pitch. So that's the way to get it started. Nolan the 4th in the booty right there, and he'll go down to first base. And that's going to bring up Santiago. Santiago, in the 1st and the 3rd, he flew out. And in the fifth, he deposited one in right field over the fence for a home run. So Nolan, the fourth, shaking that thing off down at first base. I believe he's ready to go now. Myers in Kansas has gone all the way for the Neosho Panthers. It's outside, misses for ball one, 1-0 the count. Feeling you're not going to see anything on the inside half of the plate at all to Santiago. There was a strike. He fouled it back to the screen. 1-1 the count. One ball, one strike.
Oh, there's no outs, by the way.
There's a ground ball at the first baseman. Williamson up with it for the 3 unassisted ground out. Moves Nolan the fourth over to. That's going to bring up Pachorik. Pachorik has grounded out a couple of times and had a base hit back up the middle. He'll step in with 1 out and a runner in scoring position at base. There's a strike right down on 1 the count. 2 outs. 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th. They trail by 3. Swing and a miss. So on Tanner Pachorik, the shortstop. In tight on the plate. Breaking ball. He hit it right back up the middle. That's going to be an RBI base hit for Pachorik. The 3 runs we need right there.
Number 2, Spencer Smock.
So that's going to bring up Smock. Smock will step in with 1 out and a runner at first base. Smock is 1 for 3 on the day. A couple of strikeouts, base hit. Blue Devils needing a bunch of hits here. There's a strike, catches the outside corner. Smock, the right fielder. His base hit came in the 4th inning to right center. 0-1 the count. Low and out. Strike, 1 out. 1 run in so far in the inning to make it 6-4. There's a strike outside half the plate. One and 2 the count. At first, Blue Devils trail 2. Last 2 outs. There's a foul ball headed for the woods over by the soccer field. One ball, 2 to Spencer Smock. Another foul ball headed over. Smock has shortened up his swing, fouled a couple 2-strike pitches away. 1 and 2 the count, but we're getting ready for the 6th pitch of the at-bat. So ball headed to deep right field, headed back. Hilton, and Hilton takes care of that. Out by the wing. Smock gave it a run far enough. Blue Devils down going to bring up Woida. Woida, the designated hitter. He's grounded out and flew field and hit a soft line drive on a check swing to Williams at base. It's way outside on the breaking ball. Way to the tying run at the plate, but 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. There's a ball headed to deep right field. That's going to be off the base of the wall. So Woida hits one down the right field for a double. Now the tying run is at second base. That's Perry. We're going to get a pinch runner at second base for Woida, and that's going to be number 4. We got around. We'll see if there's any changes. Blue Devils trying to turn this thing around and get it tied up. The tying run is at second base. I'll be back. All right. Cade Perry has a base hit, a strikeout, and reached on a fielder's choice. See if he can get something on the outfield grass and get this thing tied up. 2 outs. That's low and outside. So the tying run is at second base. Woida with a double down the right field line off the base of the wall. Finley in to run for him. Perry at the plate. There's a breaking ball, catches the strike zone. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pachorik at third. Woida at second. 2 outs. Blue Devils trail by 2. There's a strike called. That's another outside corner strike called, but fairly frequent. See if Perry can take a pitch like that and shoot it into right field and get this game tied up. 1-2 the hit in right field. Gonna score 1. And the tying run scores at home.
Let's go!
So Cade Perry shoots one past the second baseman, diving Rodriguez, to tie this thing up at 6.
I've never seen that. That was huge. Holy smoke.
So now we're going to get the pitching change. Blue Devils tie this thing up. We're going to get a pitch. If the Blue Devils can walk this thing off, I'll be back. So the pitching change has been made. Trey Summer will come back. Look on Jarrett Myers. It doesn't completely close it. Got a runner at first base, but he gives up 6 runs on 12 hits thus far. Trey Summer comes in. He's from Humboldt. Will come to the mound as Brady will come to the plate. So the Blue Devils tie this thing up here in the bottom of the the bottom of the 7th, I should say. That's down low, 1-0 the count. Cade Perry with the 2 RBI past the diving Rodriguez. That's high and inside, 2-0 the count. Yes, you're right. It is very glitchy today. I appreciate knowing that, and I don't appreciate knowing that. I hate it when the internet does this to me, but nonetheless, that ball falls a little bit low. 3-1 the count. 3 balls, 1 strike. Winning run is at first base in the person of Perry. There's a swing and a miss of that pitch right there. Horn was trying to end that thing right there on that pitch. Three balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. There's a ground ball headed up the middle. That's going to be taken. The throw was a little bit low. That's either going to be an error on the throw of Beck at shortstop or on Williamson. Williamson will probably tell you he should have caught that, but safe at first base. And now that's going to bring up Sawyer talk. And now the winning run is at second base. There's a strike outside corner. Talk has grounded out, had a base hit, and had a soft line drive to Williamson at first. 0-1 the count. There's a line drive at the shortstop. We're going to go extras here, ladies and gentlemen. 6-6 the score. We get 3 by Pachorik and 2 by Perry to send this thing into extra innings. We go to the top of the 8th. Remember, it was a scheduled 7-inning game, so now the second game will become a 7. Regardless of what we do in this one, we'll be All right. To the top. Inning. Now, that does not make this a 9-inning game. It just makes this the longer of the two. So, we are at the end of any inning here. It's going to bring up Culver, Williamson, and Rodriguez scheduled up. Strike catches the outside corner. So Caden Howell back for another inning of work for the Blue Devils. There's one of those 59-footers that bounces over the top of your catcher. 1-1 the count. Colvert has a ground out, a strikeout, and a couple of base hits. His base hits were in the first and third inning. There's a strike called. In the fourth and the fifth, he made out by strikeouts and groundouts. There's a strike called on the end corner. Williamson, the first baseman, Williamson. He has a 2-run home run out of. There's a strike on the outside corner at the knees. Pachorik out in the grass. Goes up, shoots it over to Santiago. 6-3 ground out. That's going to bring up Rodriguez. He is 1 for 4. Out a strikeout. Another strike in the plate. Strike inside corner at the bell.
Good, Jerry.
0-1 the count. 2 outs. There's a foul. That may get in the goal. Ooh, just wide of the goal. 0-2 the count. 2 down. Reached back for a little extra there. Overthrew. Was way outside. 1 and count. On Gilbert Rodriguez, the second baseman for the Panthers. Strike 3 called. Breaking ball just gets back down to the high zone that we've been seeing all day. Go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Blue Devils looking for 1 run to win this thing. Stay with us. We'll be back. go. Extra innings of this 7-inning game. Dirks, Nolan the fourth, and Santiago scheduled up. Dirks is 3 for 4 on the base hits, a double and a fly. That double had 2 RBI written on it. There's a strike called. I've seen him do that strike call all day today, go across his body. Oh, nonetheless. And there's strike 2. Quickly 0-2 the count on the center fielder, Marcus Dirks. There's a ball headed into left field. Coming in to take care of that is Colvert. So Dirks puts it in play, but an easy play for Colvert. It's going to bring up Nolan the fourth. Nolan the fourth was hit by a pitch to start off the top of the 7th to get this thing tied back up. Outside top of the zone, tall and wide, but it's been a strike most of the day there. 0-1 the count. Swinging a miss of that pitch. The count 0-2 is Nolan the fourth. He's been out on a couple of fly balls. A pitcher and hit by a pitch. That's a little bit low. 1-2 the count. On Freddie Nolan the fourth, the left fielder. It's a ball.
Go, Frankie. 26, Frankie Santiago.
So that's going to bring up. Santiago has a couple of flyouts, an unassisted ground out to Williamson. First, there's a high chopper over behind Coach Sharp at first base. All tied up. Santiago with the play. There's a strike call on the outside corner. Foul ball down the left field line. Will do the 0-2 again. To the count. One and two the count. For anyone just joining us, Devils 3 in the bottom of the 7th to tie this thing up. It was the 7-inning scheduled game. That's high and outside. So from to 2-2. 2 strikes. Santiago. Sommer on the mound. Foul ball back to the screen. The wireless here and the internet here at the stadium been a little glitchy today. The scoreboards had some problems. Our productions had some problems. Here comes the 2-2. There's a ball, a base hit. Just gets over the shortstop Beck. That's going to bring up Tanner Pachorik. Of ground outs and then a couple of base hits. One of them for the first of the thighs in bottom of the side corner at the knees. So the winning run is at first base in Santiago. Pachorik at the plate. That's outside and low, 1-1 the count. In the and he's going to be safe. So the ball gets away from the catcher just a bit, and Santiago for second. We're going to get a little visit, get an offensive timeout called here. We'll see what Coach Goldie's sleeve. He may pinch run. Wants to figure that he'll pinch run for Santiago here, and the pinch runner will be Carter Towns from Kansas City, Missouri.
Returning number 45, Carter Towns.
So when Santiago was at first, we would wait, but now being base in Carter Towns at second base, and Pachorik 2-1 the on. That falls a little bit low. That's a pretty good looking pitch right there. 3-1 the count. They're going to go ahead and put him on.
Number 2, Spencer
Smock. Smock has struck out twice, been out on a fly to right field, and has a base hit, so he's 1 for 4 on the day. Comes the pitch from Trey Summer. And baseman chose the wrong camera there. Sorry about that, but Williamson takes care of that. So we go to the top of the 9th inning. We're still all tied up at 6. Stay with us. We got a good one. All right, Custer, Hilton, and Akins scheduled up. I believe there'll be a pinch hitter for Akins because I believe they've already, yes, they had put in Hanneberg for him. So Hanneberg will be the number 3 hitter of the inning. First pitch to cut down low for a ball. Custer's 3 for 3 on the day, 3 base hits and a walk. There's a strike. Inside corner at the knees, 1-1 the count. The ball hit it up the middle. That's going to be a base hit. So a lead off batter, and he's 4 for 4 on the day. Going to get a pinch runner. Number 9 will pinch run. Number 9 is Dallas. I need to check my pronunciation here. It is Keyser.
Number 9 in Dallas, Keezer pinch running.
Keyser will pinch run at first.
Batting number 5, Carson Hilton.
That's going to bring up Hilton. The ball all the way back to the screen, so they will not need the sacrifice there. Going to get a visit to the mound, see how we're going to play this. So the go-ahead run now at second base after the base hit by Keyser and then moved up. The hit by Custer and then Keyser, the runner. We'll be back. All right, the pitching change has been made by the Blue Devils. Dylan Blazer will come in. He is from Shawnee, Kansas. He will come in and take over. Blazer will come in. He has a .79 ERA. He has 7 appearances. He has a 2-1 record as he comes in for the Blue Devils here. The go-ahead runner is second base with nobody out after he finishes his warm-up All right, Carson Hilton steps in. He's been out on a outs and a base on balls. He fouls that one away. So Keyser comes in to pinch run for Custer after Custer gets the base hit. 1-1 the count. Reed Hanneberg came in defensively for them. He's in the on deck circle. That goes a little bit low. So 2-1 the count. Hanneberg went in at third base for Aikens. Go. He is on deck. 2-1 the count. That's a little bit low. Blocked by Horn. In one the count. Sure, we weren't going to give anything too good to Hilton to hit with first base open. That's down low. I thought that was ball four. What he was waiting around for. So base on balls. That's going to bring up Reed Hanneberg.
Number 23, Reed Hanneberg.
Hanneberg starts the day batting 250, 250. Has 44 with 11 hits. Runner to bunt, and it'll be runners at first and second. Panthers trying to get a run to take the lead here in extra innings of this first. Dylan Blazer coming in, try and get the Blue Devils back to the outside. We'll see what happens. 0-1 the count. That's in the dirt by Horn. Squared the bunt and pulled it back. Did 1-1 the count now. There's a foul ball bearing in on his hand. So 1-2 the count. Panthers 7 hits and 1 boo-boo. The Blue Devils 6 runs on 13 hits and 1 0-0. Runners at first and count on the third baseman Hanneberg. Breaking ball, low and outside, was not chasing, was Hanneberg. So 2-2 the count now. Check swing, ruled a strike for the strikeout. So that was a well neat strikeout right there. It's going to bring up Chase Robertson, the catcher.
42, Chase Robertson.
Robertson is 1 for 4 on the day, had an RBI double. Down low, 1-0. Top of the 9th inning action was a 7th inning scheduled game. We're in is here, tied up at 6. Foul ball backing out of play. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Both look try and finish this thing. Swing and a miss. Count.
Blythe.
The stretch and the pitch from Blaze. Ball fouled off. Stays alive. Does Chase Robertson, the catcher. 1-2 the count. Headed into left field. Gonna hold him up at third. So the bases are now loaded for down. Brown's the center fielder. He is 1 for 4 on the day. Going to get a visit to the mound. Panthers have loaded him up with 1 out. We'll be back. All right, the visit to the mound is over. Wisdom has been imparted. Bases are loaded, 1 out. Foul ball headed for the soccer field. Oh, and 1 the count on the center fielder, Jaron. Squares to bunt, and it's foul. Mark run for Santiago after Finley with the pinch run. So Elliott, I just realized, down at first. 0-2 the count. High chopper up the middle. And it's going to be out at second. So Pachorik gets the field. Good hard slide in at second, and Pachorik goes down. So the go-ahead run, fielder's choice. Back to the top of the order, and Jamin Beck. Beck takes a strike. Beck is 0 for 3 with a couple of strikes, a couple of walks. way outside. So runners at the corners, 2 outs now, but 1 run in on that fielder's choice. High chopper up the middle. Pachorik was hoping to get it, step on the bag, and get the, second out at for the double play, but it didn't work out that way. Could not uncork the throw. One and one that count. Stays up high, does that pitch. 2-1 the count. Dylan Blazer on in relief of Howell, Beach, and Reed. 2-1 the count. That's up high.
That was close.
3-1 the count now. I think and ball 4. For Cover, he is 2 for 5 on the day. Couple of base hits, a couple of strikeouts, and a ground out. To his credit. There's a strike right through there. Out wide, nicely blocked by Horn on that one. That was in the dirt and way over in the middle of the. So a nice job by Horn saving a run there. 1-1 the count. Bases full of Panthers. Foul ball headed for the woods. So 1-2 the count now. Comes the 1-2. Blazer steps off. Two strikes. Cutter Colvert at the plate. He's the left fielder. A fly ball. And Dirks is going to take care of that in right center. So the Panthers get 1 run on 1 hit. They take a 7-6 lead. Blue Devils need 1 to tie, 2 to win. We'll be back. All right, Finley, Perry, and Horn scheduled up for the Blue Devils. Finley pinch ran for the Blue Devils earlier. He's now in there to hit. That's up high. Want to know the back for another for the. There's a strike right through there. 1-1 the count. 7 runs on 11 hits for the Panthers. 5 hits for the 1 error. That's up high. 2-1 the count. There's a strike inside half of the plate at the belt. Swing and a miss for the strikeout.
223, Cade Perry.
That's good. He is 2 for 4. A base hit and a double for 2 RBI on the day. 1 out. There's a strike. Top part of the zone. 0-1 the count. Swing and a miss of that ball. So the count. In the dirt. 1-2 the count. Blue Devils need 1 to tie, 2 to win. We're in the bottom of the 9th. It was a 7-inning scheduled game. Another ball in the dirt with the count. Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 out to the third baseman, Cade Perry. The ball headed into left. Over to take care of that is Colvert for the second out of the inning.
55, Braden Horn.
It's going to bring up Braden Horn. Horn will step in with 2 outs now. Blue Devils need a run. Down to their last out. Trail 7-6. That's high and inside for ball 1. Want to know the count. There's a strike. Horn 2 for 4 on the day. Flew out, reached on air. His first 2 at-bats in the second and the fourth had base hits. Foul ball headed for the woods. So for the time being, Blue Devils are down to their last strike. For the strikeout. So we take 2 extra innings in this one for the Blue Devils to lose this one. They tied it up with 3 in the last inning, and then the Panthers get 1 in the top of the 9th. This one will be a 7-6 loss for the Blue Devils. We'll be back. The last game will become a 7-inning game now. Opposed to 9. We'll be about minutes talking about this internet and maybe make this one go a little smoother, but the Blue Devils lose the first one 7-6. We'll be back with the next game in a bit.